if you want to change yourself, make yourself a better person, and do all of this stuff, some people have to understand that you're gonna have to cut some people off. And I don't mean like telling them to like to go after themselves, just I'm like if you're hanging out with people who all they do is smoke and they have no goals, no dreams, no ambitions, they just want to sit there, not do anything, play video games all day, you're really not going to get anywhere in life. How people say, who you choose to be your friends? No, wait. The type of people you hang out with is the person that you're gonna end up. Like if you're hanging out with a bunch of people that just play video games all day, you don't really do anything, just play video games, you're probably gonna play video games all day. It's just how it works. Like if you wanna change yourself, you need people who have big dreams in life. You want to hang out with people who want to get rich like you, who wants to, I don't know, change their life, start working out, all this stuff. You want to find someone who can do that. You can't just sit inside and, and just play video games with them your entire life. If you find people with ambitions and goals, and people who have been through it, started working out, failed, all this, you can learn from their mistakes, you can learn from them, or if you have someone with goals like you start working on those goals with them, and you start building yourself as a person, and like I was saying earlier, I'm not saying you to just tell them to go after themselves. I mean, like, just stop hanging out with them, be chill with everybody. I think it's really important to be friends with everybody, and not have any enemies. I think if you have lots of friends, lots of people who you like, who you trust or whatever, connections is really important for your future, connections with people for jobs, for all this stuff, connections are really important. I don't think people realize that enough, that connections are a big part of businesses, and like lots of people get connections for jobs. But if you generally want to change yourself, bro, you're gonna need at one point or another to cut some people off who slow you down, who maybe doesn't believe in you. You tell them your goals and dreams and they just laugh at you in your face. You need people who you can tell your dreams and goals about, and they support you. They give you motivation to do it. They want you to do it. They'll be happy for you when you do it. Not people who don't care, don't think you can do it. You want people who believe in you. Just remember, bro, that you need to cut some people off to grow, so then they don't hold you back.